live from the convention hall floor here in beautiful, sunny, warm, really nice, relaxing, exciting Las Vegas, baby.
The weather is amazing, by the way.
It really is.
I don't know what the weather's like where you are. The weather here is awesome.
It is 70 and sunny. Where do you live?
Nashville.
Nashville. I'm from South Jersey. It was 9 when I left.
Exactly. Single digits in Nashville. This is 70 degrees.
Beautiful.
Sorry, family, if you're watching.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Love it. I can't wait to get outside. Anyway, we're continuing this automotive train of awesomeness. And here with me now, oh, I love talking to this guy. Not only is he just a vast wealth of knowledge, he's also really charming and funny. Who knew? He is Tyson Jominy from a little company called JD Power. Look at that.
Data nerds are the funniest people. I mean it. Data nerds are hysterical.
Are you a self-proclaimed data nerd?
Absolutely. Isn't that the best thing
I did not call him that, okay?
Yeah. You call me the data dude normally.
That's
a nice term.
Rocket. But tell people what you do on a daily basis. What kind of data do you look at? JD Power has their hands in a lot of different things.
Right. We get a lot of our data directly from dealers. We ingest it through the DMS system. We take that data, we normalize it, cleanse it, create amazing insights that we then license back to automakers.
Okay.
So in dealers, you want to get your voice heard by automakers. We're the team helping bring the voice of the customer from the dealer to automakers to let them know what's going on the ground level, to give them insights. And we're doing it every day. We get our data updated overnight every single day. So what we're telling the automakers is what dealers are seeing that weekend, that day on the ground.
So ballpark it for me. How many pieces of data do you see in like a year or a month or whatever?
I mean, we get 1 million transactions a month.
Oop.
Each transaction has, several hundred data points attached to it. We append another. I mean, we're talking billions of data points every year. So it's insane. I mean, all the data you could ever want to answer any question in the auto industry. It's so much
data,
fun. It's so
dude.
much fun.
What?
Right. So much fun.
Oh my goodness. Okay. And you also, please correct me if I'm wrong. Do you also advise OEMs on, hey, now might be a good time to have a special or, have a financing special or something like this?
Right. That's exactly what we do. I mean, automakers have their sales goals, and typically they're going to be short. I mean, there's always something, right? You can't get the distribution exactly right.
Yeah.
So they need to know, what incentive do I need to add to this vehicle right now to sell the vehicles we need to sell and not spend $1 more. And that's where we come in. I mean, we're helping them set the right transaction price for the car.
Okay. OEMs don't come back to you and say, nah, this can't be right. It's easy. Facts, not feelings, right?
Right. They still do come back and want to say, no, that's not right. No. So, but we have a great relationship with both our retailer partners and OEMs.
Oh, that's fantastic. So you also put out some really interesting studies, which I love to come through at some point, because you know what? I'm not a data person. I know I'm a CMO, but I'm not really a data person. I have people on my team who do the data part.
Right.
So it's helpful to me and to many others to have somebody like you who looks at the data and interprets it for me, and just tell me ballpark it for me. What does this mean? What is this supposed to be telling us? Right. So that's your job.
Yes.
Data
correct.
team.
Yeah.
So have you come across any data bullet points that maybe you could share with us?
Yeah. I mean, one thing I like to talk about a lot is loyalty.
Ooh.
I mean, loyalty to me is so critical.
That's a dirty word in some circles.
Why would loyalty ever be dirty? What do you mean?
Well, I feel like, and facts, not feelings, right? What we're hearing on the street from dealers is, there's no more loyalty anymore. And so we're wondering, is there in fact, has loyalty taken a little dip?
It has come down a couple percentage points from, the supply chain crisis. Everyone, I mean, when prices were going up, consumers were like, all I know is I can go back to my dealer that I bought from the last time, because you didn't trust anyone, but you trusted the person that sold you the car before.
Okay.
So consumers did tend to be more loyal when there was less supply. Now that supply is returned, consumers are more willing to experiment different dealerships, different brands. So it has come down, but not to a point that I'm concerned about the overall loyalty rate.
Okay.
So on average, consumers are about 51% loyalty. Just over half of consumers return when they dispose their vehicle, buy another vehicle from that same brand.
That's interesting.
That's not dealer to dealer. It's not dealer specific. It's just
but
brand.
they stay with the same
They
brand.
stay with the same brand. just over half, 51% of the time.
Okay. Do you happen to recall from the last one who might be the leader in loyalty?
Won't surprise a lot of people, the names I would say.
Okay. Is it probably the same ones that we continually see?
Yeah, I would say if it starts with a T and rhymes with Toyota, yes. So Toyota does particularly well with cars. Honda does well with their SUVs.
Okay.
And Ford trucks, I mean, obviously, truck loyalty is the stuff of legends, and it's true. Everything we've heard about it, the stories, they're true. Truck buyers are very loyal, and not just truck buyers are loyal to their
bought a
brand.
truck.
Right. Truck buyers are loyal to their brand, but what really happens if you own a full-size pickup and you go back and get another full-size pickup, they're about 90% loyal to their brand when they go back to the same segment.
Really?
So the idea that a consumer would trade a Ford for a Chevy or a Chevy for a Ram, that's really not true.
Really?
Once a consumer gets in their full-size truck,
we're talking just trucks.
Staying within truck. If you have an F-150 and you want to go get an SUV, far less loyal. But if you have a pickup truck and you get another pickup truck, you're about 90% loyal to your pickup truck brand.
Interesting. How granular do you get with your data? For instance, do you and I'm totally asking because I absolutely don't know. Do you track, for instance, hey, this year more dealers sold cars that had third row seating than ever before? I don't know. I'm asking. I have no idea. Is that how granular you get?
We 100% are that granular.
Really?
We are down to VIN level transaction. We will see everything that's on that vehicle. We have configuration analytics that say when a vehicle has this option on the lot, it turns 10 days slower and makes X less profit for the dealer. And we try to help the automakers optimize what they're offering. If one thing is in a package that's slowing down the sale, velocity decreases, no dealer wants that. And we try to help them optimize their packages. So we are down to that level. Like, we need to know, does this vehicle with, whatever you want, active suspension, is that vehicle turning faster and slower, or dealers making more or not? So we're down to the component level.
Oh my goodness. That is fascinating. Do the OEMs, are they like, nah, that can't be right?
Well, it's so complex.
I'm just curious what the OEMs think when they see the data.
Well, they say we agree, we see it. Now, can we do something about it? Because now it'll be 3 years before we can get the fix in.
Oh.
So they agree, and we are moving that way, both the JD Power as well as the industry in general. I mean, we want to get more efficient.
Yeah.
So they will, but every automaker is different, every dealership is different, so it's not always just you can't just change it overnight.
Sure.
You can't throw a switch, so it does take time. But we'll get there.
Did you at all, or recently, or do you recall ever looking at the data of anything? I don't care what it is. I'm just curious because I love a good story. And you were like totally surprised? Like, wow, didn't see that one coming.
I did this week.
This week?
Well, yeah, I presented at our conference. I have to find new things.
Okay.
What's surprise? Maybe this isn't that big of a stat, but a fifth of all Honda buyers are under 35 years old. It's far above industry average. So Honda's like 21% youth, and the average age for a youth buyer in this industry, it's expensive industry now.
Yeah.
Transaction prices are over $46,000. Very few young consumers can get into it. We're talking like 16, 17%, but Honda is above that. And that surprised me. I would have thought Honda would be attracting a very loyal, older customer, but they're not. They're bringing in a lot of young consumers,
That is interesting.
which is super cool. And especially for a big brand like that.
Yeah.
And
they're not on, they're not the most expensive, but they're certainly not the cheapest either.
Right. Another thing that surprised me, Kia's loyalty is only 3 percentage points behind Subaru and Honda's. So Kia loyalty is moving up very quickly.
Wow.
And not only that, Kia is bringing in 2 new owners for every defector. So they are holding on to their owners, and the few that leave, they replace them with 2 new owners.
Wow.
And they also are a very youthful brand. So they have got an amazing cocktail of success for the future.
That's wow.
So
I love these kind of data points. This is the kind of stuff I wanted.
that's why you come here.
That's what we're talking about. What other interesting studies do you do that we should know about? Because JD Power, man, you guys do so much for the industry. And I just, on behalf of all the dealers out there, I'm with you. Thank you. What other things do you tell people about?
Well, everyone knows JD Power for initial quality studies and vehicle dependability studies, where we measure quality and ownership after 3 years. So we have those as well. One of the cool things we're doing in that space is we're now moving initial quality up to a monthly reporting. It used to be an annual process.
Yeah.
We do surveys over a period of time. We do it once a year. We're now moving that to monthly because we feel it's important enough to get the quality message delivered back. Because if you launched a vehicle at a different point in the year, we don't capture, you have to wait 18 months to know if that vehicle was doing well in the market. We're now doing it monthly so that no matter when an automaker launches a vehicle, we'll start getting quality information back to automakers sooner.
That's fantastic. What kind of data? I mean, look, I know you work a lot with the OEMs and we do appreciate it, but do you do anything specifically for tier 3 that dealers might be able to take and work with and in their own marketing?
You're asking me for competitive information here. I mean, yeah, what I really like for dealers, in 26, we're going to see the number of lease returns jump.
Really?
Yeah, we're finally past we're 3 years removed from the supply chain crisis when leasing cratered. Now we're starting to grow again. So next year we're going to have 500,000 additional lessees coming back to market. They need to lease another vehicle or get in something else because contractually they're going to be back, but we're getting a big tailwind from lessees coming back to market. So for dealers, I would say, be prepared for this influx. One of the challenges, though, is that a lot of it now, the number of EV leases are starting to increase.
Okay.
And we had a hard enough time selling EVs when they were brand new the first time with all those incentives. Now they're coming back, and we got to sell a used EV. That's going to be a challenge. We're going to have to learn how to market used EVs. And if we know anything of something with the battery that's used, consumer perception is already pretty low.
Josh is shaking his head. This is fascinating information. I love. Is there anything else that you can think of? I'm also curious about what's your viewpoint on affordability? Because I think we all know that affordability is the one thing that might keep somebody from either buying a new vehicle versus a used vehicle or not buying a vehicle at all.
Yeah.
I know you see a lot of data. Is there anything that you could tell dealers that might help them overcome that affordability objection?
Well, for starters, the average new monthly payment is $760 a month right now. And that's up from about $500 a month pre-COVID. I mean, consumers are being stretched. Affordability is a challenge. A couple things. Consumers shop by segment. So if your brand doesn't have an entry-level hatchback, it's really irrelevant for most buyers. Because if you need a 3-row crossover, you have a family, you've got kids, you need to drive to Disney World, you don't give a rip if there's a hatchback. You need a real car, right?
Right.
So you're going to shop by segment. Pickup truck owners, they don't care. So
crossovers, SUVs.
Right. Consumers shop very specifically. So we need affordability in a segment, right?
Okay.
So it's not just that if we have an entry-level hatchback, we need more value minivans. We need more value crossovers. So we need to have more at the entry level. Automakers went too heavy in the high-end trims from several years ago. We need to bring that down. That will somewhat help. We're going to get lower interest rates, which will also help payments. But the one kind of trick in all of this, I think, is that leasing is about $120 a month cheaper. Leasing's not right for everybody.
Right.
But I think it's an area that we're not really thinking about when we talk about affordability. If we want to cut payments, we can get $120 a month out of a payment, as opposed to taking a consumer from a 72 month to an 84 month and they save $12 and you add risk and you increase the ownership cycle. Let's put them in a lease, get them back sooner, save them money up front. A lot of consumers are confused about leases. So as a dealer, we need to explain to them the value, how it works. It's not as clear of a process.
So you like a lease for consumers right now?
I do. To me, that's the quickest way to address affordability with consumers.
Okay. Side note, do you still like minivans?
Love minivans.
It's a private thing.
Who doesn't love a minivan? They're so sexy.
He does. He loves minivans.
There's nothing that an SUV can do that a minivan can't do better. So it's a shame on all of us that we don't buy more minivans. Now, I don't have any young kids anymore, so I don't have a minivan anymore. But it doesn't mean I don't still love them. I don't have a Jeep Wrangler anymore, but I still love Jeep Wranglers.
Oh, I used to have a Jeep Wrangler.
Yeah.
I love that thing. That was so much fun.
That's why I like you.
I would never drive one now.
Wow.
I'm old.
All right.
That's how we go.
Yeah.
Anything else you need to tell the dealers?
we're optimistic for 26.
I love this. Tell me more.
So we expect sales to be flat to 25, which was a good year. We have all these lessees coming back to market. We talked about, we've got the lower interest rates that we talked about. Toyota and Honda are still turning vehicles in under 30 days. So if they get any more production from those brands, we're going to see a very strong industry. We expect transaction prices to go up. Dealer margins may fall just a little bit.
Okay.
So, but they still are extraordinarily high.
So will we make it up on the other side with more sales? Maybe?
Well, we should. And as we sell more vehicles, that means we get more trade-ins, and more trade-ins mean more used sales. So it all works together. So we're very optimistic for 26.
Okay.
We think it's going to be a good year. And so we hope dealers, feel the same way. We know there's a lot of angst out there, and we're trying to help smooth that over and say, no, it's going to be good.
I love it. I love good news. Yes, Data Dude said it. Also want to point out, I did not recognize the new logo. JD Power changed their logo. Look at that. What? Moving up in the world.
We did, yes. So we have a new executive team at JD Power. We've got a new logo, a new strategy that we're employing.
Oh,
so
really?
we're starting everything all over again. Again, like I'm mentioning, like with IQS, we're going to monthly now. I mean, that has been an annual thing for 30 years. Well, now, so we're changing as quickly as we can. We're super excited about the direction we're heading. We've got so much data, and now our job is to bring it together and make it easier for customers to interact it with.
I love it. Where can they catch up with you and all the great things that JD Power is doing?
Well, you want to catch up with me? It's on Twitter or whatever they call it now.
Oh my gosh.
But
you have the funniest posts on Twitter. They're very, very droll. You have to understand, Tyson. I love them.
People are like, oh, I love your LinkedIn post. I'm like, I do like one LinkedIn post a year. What do you mean?
No, man, you were funny on it.
Twitter is where I live.
Oh, it's funny. Okay.
All right.
I'll be looking out for those monthly reports. Thank you so much for that, sir. Okay. Thank you. Tyson Jominy from JD Power. We are not stopping. We are going to keep on going. Are we taking a lunch break? So we have a little lunch break. Maybe I'll get to go and eat. Who knows? We'll find out. But in an hour, we're going to be coming back live to you with Cassie Bramer. You're not going to want to miss that. She's got fiery red hair and a very fiery red personality. You're not going to want to miss what she says. But for right now, we're going to say so long farewell. Broadcasting to you live from NADA 2026 in beautiful Las Vegas, right from the Expo Hall floor at the Dealer eProcess booth 3901W. Come and see me, and we'll catch up with you in just a little bit. Time to wave. Oh, yeah.